I've been putting off doing this video for a very long time, as I actually was going to do a video about this in November, and at the end of this video I'll tell you the experience that I had. So I ordered a ton of molds from Moldedfromlove. Everything looked great on the internet, like, I was really excited to get it. And then once I got it, I didn't really check any of them. I just went ahead and started making blanks because I was so excited and I wanted to do a video to show how happy I was to get everything. But, well, you'll see. So first I have this one up piece, which here looks great. But if I put this piece into the light, you can see that there is a lot of watermarking. And this is after most all of these pieces have been glazed. So if I could get my camera to zoom in, you can also see even inside dust and hair it's horrible. I could not sell this to someone consciously. And this is the actual mold itself. So as you can see, these are actually inside the mold. So every single piece you make is going to look like you made it in the middle of a dust storm. Next was this piece. Unfortunately, horrible watermarking. Look at this. This is really, I glazed this piece twice and it still looks like this. And look at these edges. Just horrible cut marks everywhere. It's not good quality at all. This is the mold itself. And you can see all the little cut marks on the inside and why it was completely uneven. And zoom a little bit. There you go. You can see all the watermarks on the inside. This brass knuckle I had no problems with. It does have very little bit of watermarking, like here at the bottom, but I mean, it's really not that bad. It's still sellable. This is the mold itself, so no problem there. And I'm going to try to go through these as quickly as possible because I do not want this video to be too long. Then I have these monster high skulls. There's these little divots on the inside, which are not really a big deal. You can kind of paint over them. You can't really see them. But this, I don't know what that is. And then again with the dust. And you can actually feel it. When you run your finger over it, you can feel the roughness of all of these pieces. Let's see. And here's the mold. I have this poison apple. Here's the mold. And this one I just did not even attempt because I could see how horrible the watermarking and the dust was and the hair particles. Like these, I'm sorry, even if she is watching this video, this is just, I don't know what kind of quality this is, and if this is what everyone gets, then this is bottom of the barrel at best. Like, they're excellently cut. Like, there's the edges on this one are very, very clean, but the front of it is just horrible, and you can feel it. Like, even with my glaze, you can still feel it. Then I just didn't even try to make this mold. I was just, by the time I had gotten through all these other ones, I was just completely disappointed. I didn't try this one. This, you can't actually tell on the piece, but you can feel that it's extremely rough and it's just really, really bad. But here's the mold itself. And then this anchor, again with the watermark and the dust. And then this, I don't know what happened here. Her arm's completely gouged out. It's just, I don't know. The arm got cut up. I don't know what's going on there. Same thing on her fin. Just gashes everywhere. It's not clean at all. The anchor, you can see the watermark again. And I understand that with these plastic molds there will be some watermarking, but you have to also understand that I have ordered plastic molds in the past and the watermarking is minimal to none. And, you know, I don't have problems with the other sellers that I ordered from with the plastic. Here's the star mold. Now, the inside of them, to me, didn't look that bad, but once I actually made them, now these I did not glaze, just so you can kind of see this rough texture on here. I do not believe that they're supposed to look like this at all. Like, this is bad. I'm sorry, this video sounds more harsh than it is good, but like I said, a lot of her pieces, like this one here, this one has minimal watermark, well, not minimal, but on the inside is minimal, the outside, the black edges, you know, not so much. But look how clean these cuts are. Like, I'm very impressed with how clean this one is. I just wish there wasn't so much watermarking. And the mold for that is here. This one, acceptable for me. Now the shield, I was very excited to get. I'm really into Zelda, but excuse the coloring on this, but this is just horribly uneven. There's no consistency with the thickness anywhere on the shield. Just, in my opinion, it's kind of poorly made. Yeah. The Ursula shell, I didn't have any real issues other than you can feel the gritty texture. Like I've been saying through this whole video, I feel like either the plastic itself or her mold pieces have been covered in dust and she put them in the vacuum form and, you know, they got sent to me. Or, you know, whatever. This one, it kind of looks like maybe it got the plastic, what am I trying to say? Like when you put them in like this, maybe it got folded over the actual mold piece, and then, you know, it was cut out and there's those cut marks everywhere. I really do like the Ursula tentacle though. Then the Game Boy mold. I had the piece and I moved it, so I'll come back to that one. This one actually really wasn't bad. When I glazed this one, you couldn't really see the watermarking as much as you could on all the other pieces. And the lines on this one, really good as well. So the browning pieces, I'm okay with. These candy molds, really bad watermarking on those. This is one of the pieces that I made. You can't really tell on the piece itself unless you're looking at it really closely. But if I was to make like this bigger piece, you would definitely be able to tell. Then I have the puffy stars. These have nothing but like dust lines and specks of dirt on the insides of these molds. This is what the stars came out looking like. The colors don't show very well on camera, all the dust and stuff, but if you were, once again, to run your finger over it, you would notice, and these have been glazed. The small Zelda shield, didn't really have any issues with it, other than the cut lines on the side here. Those are pretty noticeable, jagged lines on the edges. But other than that, the shield itself looks pretty good. Didn't really have any problems with it coming out. Turtle, no real issues with the turtle. It still looks really good. Putting this like pattern on his back really covers up all of the imperfections of the mold, like the dust and the pieces of hair or lint or whatever it is that's in here, and all the little water spots. When I do this texture, it covers it up really well. This also is glazed, and you can still kind of see it through the glaze. So, and you can definitely feel it. Then I had these two skull cameos, and this one's warped. I don't know what happened. It's completely warped. It has this edge here, which, like, I presume though it was either in there for too long and the plastic started to fold over it and it had to be cut out. So yeah, it's very, very difficult to get these out of the mold because of this little edge here. So, and this one is kind of warped as well, and this is the mold itself. Completely warped. I don't know. These little skulls, you can see the watermarks, but these aren't too bad. If I do them in the black color, I don't think they looked horrible, but just if I was to sell these, I just couldn't, knowing that they look like this, and you know, it's not plainly noticeable, but at the same time, if you were to just look at it, you can see, oh wow, you know, and then you would think, you know, maybe I did something wrong, but it's actually the molds themselves, and it's just, it's horrible. I couldn't knowingly sell these to someone. And this is the Supernatural star. Once again, the water mark on it, very noticeable. This one is glazed on the front as well. Mold itself. And then I have this bunny. I have no idea what happened to this bunny. Like, you can plainly tell everything I've been talking about. Look at that. Like, piece of hair, another piece of hair, just all this dust. This is just, and I don't know what this is, if it's like a fingerprint, like it's actually on the mold itself. See right there? I don't know if that was like, you know, it looks like a finger, like she pushed it, and I don't know what happened with these molds. I don't know, but those were the molds that I got from Moldedfromlove, minus the Game Boy mold. I honestly am not sure where I put that piece. But yeah, that was what I got, and I ordered these on November 5th. I got them about November 29th, and I went ahead and started making the blanks. November 30th, I went ahead and emailed her and let her know that, you know, most of the molds that I got were really bad quality. And I was just looking for her to replace them. I had no intention of getting my money back. I just really, really wanted the molds replaced. And on December 2nd, she told me that all I needed to do was to glaze them and the watermarks would go away, and she had never had other people complain about them, and, you know, the pictures looked fine to her. But, I mean, you saw what I showed you. To me, and I'm pretty sure to most other resin crafters, these would not be acceptable. Like, I don't think most resin crafters would knowingly sell these products to their customers, and I can't. Like, I just would not try to sell these to anyone. So she told me no one complains about them, and then she asked for me to send her a picture of the mold, of the product in the mold. So I sent her a picture. She told me she would get back to me on replacing them, and then I never heard from her again. On December 17th, I filed a claim with PayPal. She told me to send the molds back to her, and I was fine with that. And then I got a call from PayPal telling me that she had said if she did not receive the molds within 3 days, she wasn't going to get the refund. And of course, she was not going to receive them in 3 days because I did not pay for any kind of expedited shipping because it's sort of expensive. So I forfeited the money that I paid for these molds, and I still have these molds. I'm not saying not to buy from her, but from what I've seen, her molds are hit or miss. Either you get a good one or you get a bad one. And I just feel like the batch that I got was just bottom of the barrel. And I'm highly disappointed with them. There's, out of, I guess, 30 or so pieces I showed you, maybe 3, 4 that I could work with. But other than that, all I want, if she does see this video, all I want is these molds replaced. The issues fixed and the molds replaced. That's all I want. I'm not trying to bash her name. I'm not trying to bash her molds. Like I said, from my experience and what I've seen online, her molds are hit or miss. And most of the time they're really good. It's just the ones that I got were really bad. But yeah, so unfortunately my review for Molded from Love is not a good review. It's, I guess people would say, a harsh review, but these molds at best are bottom of the barrel. Sorry.